Welcome to Rewatch. We're on Season 3, Episode 20 of Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. This one's called Citadel Rescue. This is Part 3, the finale of these. There's a lot of good fight scenes, a lot of good action. Again, I will give you this. The Clone Wars can deliver on some good action scenes. And I remember I said a long time ago, if it was just about just regular clones fighting battles, doing cool, moves and fight moves, and we saw these cool battles, I'd really enjoy this series. But unfortunately, Ahsoka's in it. But either way, I digress. This is where Evan Pell dies, making a huge contradiction in the EU. Now we're talking about contradiction in the EU. No one did anything about it. Filoni is above the law. He didn't have to adhere to canon. But to be honest, another missed opportunity. Don't kill a character that was already suffered a fate. It's already dead. What he should have done, and I mean, honestly, how hard would it have been to work with the fans and go, okay, instead of Evan Pell, who he probably just found his name right before they made the episode. He could have said, what other Jedi are never seen again on the council from episode 2 to episode 3? And then you can kill off one of them. It's not hard to have someone check and say, hey, which Jedi from that series can I kill off? Check, work with the fans, because then it would have been a big scene. But now it's just a contradiction. That's what a lot of hardcore fans see it as. If you weren't a fan of the EU, what did you see that scene as? Did you feel it was a big deal? Do people even care about Evan Pell? In the EU, they kind of do. But again, and I have my own theories on what it could have been. I remember I wrote a short story once that the Evan Pell we saw killed in Coruscant Nights was a clone. He just didn't know it. Of course, the big Band-Aid, what's it called? The retcon you could put on this is just say, that the Clone Wars was, and like I said, it says war on Kamino. It's like old military reels that have been tampered with, making the situations or scenarios, the actual scenarios, were not the ones that actually happened. I'm all for that, but the death of a big character, that makes a mistake. So which story do I like better? I like the idea that the Pell we saw was probably a clone by Palpatine that escaped during Coruscant Nights. That way we can say, Evan Pell died during the Clone Wars. I kind of like it that he died in the Clone Wars. Too many people survived the Clone War. Too many Jedi survived Order 66. So I think it would have been better for him to die in the Clone Wars. But anyway, that's just me. Overall, does defend Ahsoka, because when they get back, Obi-Wan and Anakin confront Plo Koon. Hey, Master Plo, did you tell Ahsoka she could go? And he didn't. He just gave her advice, and she read it that, oh, maybe I can go. And Plo Koon looks at her and goes, perhaps I did. That's okay. That's fine. I like that, because he's thinking, well, maybe I did give her some information that she could have interpreted a different way. And yeah, maybe so. That was fine. That was fine. But the death of Evan Pell, does it bother you? Do you think, I think he should have died in the Clone Wars. Honestly, I'm going to take Dave Filoni's side for once on this. And that way, it would have been one less Jedi to survive Order 66 instead of all the Jedi that survived, which is kind of annoying because no one wanted to kill off a character during Order 66. Or do you think, no, Matt, I'd like to go for the retcon of Imperial propaganda. That didn't happen, and he died in the book. I can't defend Coruscant Nights either, because I didn't really like the series, though. So, but let me know, what did you think about Evan Pell's death? Was it good here? Better in the books? Which one do you prefer? What's your own retcon, I guess, for Evan Pell's death? Out of all the contradictions in the EU, this one is what I remember. This is the biggest one. This is the biggest contradiction of them all. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts were, and I will see you next time on Rewatch.